Come, oh, come, Emmanuel.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Ghana, baby. Still in Kampala, and it's all about building bridges. I told you guys that it's all about building bridges, and I'm gonna build another bridge here in Kampala. I am Maya. Look at me.
I am Maya.
Okay. No, first of all, tell me what's your name. Like, people are curious. Who is this beautiful lady here?
So I'm Diane.
Diane?
Yes, I'm Diane.
Are you a YouTuber?
Yes.
First of all, who are you?
Well, I am Diane, and
what do you do?
I am a consultant, management and development fields, institutional development, your policy reviews and everything else. But that's the why we're here today. We're here to build bridges.
Exactly, but people have to know that you're not just building bridges.
Exactly.
You are somebody.
Exactly.
Away from the bridge.
Away from the bridge, I am a consultant, I'm a mother, I am, yes, I am just about everything.
That's how it is. But let me know, you said you have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
What do you do on the channel?
Okay, so our channel is, first of all,
our channel.
I say our channel because I don't run it by myself.
Okay, I'll come back to that later.
Okay, so our channel is Black Culture Bridge, and the Black Culture Bridge. Well, you may be aware about the colonization movement, that's currently ongoing. I mean, it started way back in the 1970s, but 2019 has been known as the year of the return of the African diaspora, and a lot of people, even right now, the African Union is acknowledging a lot of these shifts, and is actually needing people, policies now moving closer for people to be able to appreciate the African diaspora better. And that's one of the things as to why we're here, trying to build bridges, trying to, make people understand. How are we building these bridges? I want to go back a little bit, because we're building them, one, by creating or providing more information, which I believe that the gap that exists is one of the reasons as to why the divide between African diasporans and Africans has been exacerbated.
Exactly.
So for the most part, we want to also influence a movement where people have, social discourse about, well, Africans to be more specific, and some African Americans, probably they may be more aware right now, but Africans especially may not have as much knowledge, especially the typical African like me, Yes, absolutely, like me, like me, yeah. And maybe the last person out there that had, your nyama choma and everything else. So we want to influence, a movement of people having this kind of social discourse around, the reintegration of African diasporans, their return, and also motivating them to better accept them and create an environment that is favorable for them to thrive in Africa.
You said our channel, which means there's another person behind the channel. Who is this guy behind the channel?
Okay, so my partner on the channel his name is Michael, and
He's African or African American?
He's African American.
Wow, so you cannot build the bridge all alone.
You can't build a bridge by yourself. I can't build a bridge with other Africans like Ghanaian, somebody here. So we need to build bridges. If we're building bridges, then we have to, identify people that we can potentially share this information with, to be the bridging factor, to be the what did you call that thing? The joints, or whatever is the joints of bridge. Yeah, exactly.
So let me know, how long have you known Michael?
Well, I've known Michael for about it's coming to 3 years now.
3 years,
yeah.
And then is it just friends, or like you have any other thing?
Do you want me to go there?
We just want to know,
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're friends, and then we would also explore. We would also explore the aspect of dating and yes,
explore.
Exactly. Which go ahead.
But since you're exploring, anytime I meet an African dating an African American, I become so happy. I feel like the connection, like finally we're getting along.
Exactly.
I want to know, before you met Michael, what was your perception or impression about African American, first of all?
Okay, the thing is, a lot of us Africans, we live in a caged information. Well, we live in a caged information environment, especially because we're not going out to look for this information. We're not hungry for it.
Exactly.
You know. So the perceptions that we have are those that have been structured around what the media is exposed to us or sold to us as African culture. So when you go out and see Real Housewives of Atlanta, you assume that everybody's going to walk around, snapping their finger, giving you all kinds of attitude and everything else. But no, there's people that are actually cultured and they actually live a normal life, not the culture that you actually see being sold to us on TV.
Wow.
And in other instances, you find that we don't really have as much information, So my perception initially about, African Americans is that they were complex, there were all this going on and everything else. But listen, just like a lot of people meet Nigerians, and they talk about how Nigerians are very aggressive and everything else, until you find that one person that does not, one individual does not define everybody in the culture,
Tell me, after knowing Michael, did anything change? Thinking that African Americans are complex or something, did anything change?
Yes, a lot has changed since I have been able to, appreciate this information better. For reasons being that, initially, I really didn't know so much about what they go through, and I didn't know so much about, issues like racism, because as Africans, we're not affected directly by, the social injustices that actually exist in the U.S. Promulgated by, issues related to race, I never, in any given situation, thought that the color of my skin would determine, how I'm going to be treated in a certain environment.
Exactly.
So these issues, once somebody actually has an understanding of them, then you'll probably be able to understand the deepest of what many African Americans actually go through. And for him, that was the emphasis that he had in as far as us getting to know each other and understand each other's backgrounds and perspectives to life. And for many Africans out here that, we don't experience their issues. Our issues are tribalism. Our issues are, having colonized mindsets, because that's what has been for a very long time. Yes, and actually, me having that kind of discourse has helped me decolonize my mind in so many in so many aspects. Because we talk about things like, and that's why you actually find that a lot of people will not even be thinking about. If they had a choice between Africans and African Americans, or I'm going to say African diasporans, because I don't want to string it to just that one category of people. So if people had a choice between, say, African diasporans and anybody white, Europe, Asia, Russian, whatever, a lot of Africans will pick a white person, because they do not want to try to understand this category of people, because they're like, we've seen you on TV, so you're exactly the same person that we saw. And I don't think that's what it is, and I think it's about time that we create an environment for ourselves to learn and appreciate so many things that we don't have access to. Just to speak on that, the brotherhood that actually exists between ourselves and them. My understanding initially was that we can't refer to ourselves as brothers.
Exactly.
Because we had varying cultures. Now, the average African will define culture. We'll emphasize culture as what defines our brotherhood. Do we share the same understanding of cultures? Do we share the same understanding of languages, behavior concepts and everything else? While the average African diasporan has been taught, to appreciate that bloodlines and race are what actually determine, our brotherhood,
Exactly.
And that's what many of us Africans don't really appreciate. We look at, initially we look at African Americans like you're a white person too. You're a white. You're a foreigner too. You're a foreigner. You're not one of us. You're not one of us. And in a year like this, I think it's important for us to decolonize our minds. Yeah. But how are we going to do this? One, we need to create the social discourse that comes with us appreciating what the other cultures are about, and then finding that integrating point, the point of integration that allows us to appreciate what they have to offer, the good, and then even the bad, even the bad and the ugly, because you're not going to wake up in the morning and see something and then be absolutely shaken by something new that you probably didn't anticipate.
Wow, I'm actually learning a lot from you, because I feel like you understand both sides.
I was taught and I learned, so.
You really understand both sides, but anyway, trust me, I want you to meet Dr. Mumbi.
Absolutely.
When is Michael coming? Are we seeing Michael anytime soon?
I think so. He should be here sometime
Okay,
soon.
Michael, I know you are a subscriber to my channel. I definitely know that you watch my YouTube videos. So, Michael, this is what I'm telling you. Whenever you come in here, get in touch with me. Okay, through here, I'm gonna get in touch with you, and I'm gonna link both of you to Dr. Mumbi.
Absolutely.
So that you share your ideas, or maybe you share what you intend, like how are you going to build these bridges, and you're going to meet Dr. Mumbi, because
exactly.
she's building bridges right now.
Right.
I think Dr. Mumbi's channel is where you need to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dr. Mumbi,
any platform for us to be able to emphasize this
exactly.
and emphasize how.
Exactly.
I mean, once they actually return, I mean, the movement is right now trying to foster.
In Ghana, they come.
In Ghana, everybody has resettled, but then. Yeah. What is the strategy behind, the communities and the social, the constructs of people there,
exactly.
integrating and allowing them to gel? Don't look at me. I'm an African American, but you're calling me a white person. That's pretty common, and
but like
some of the
one
things
family,
exactly.
I see us to be one family. But when you go to Ghana, for instance, like sometimes they don't understand
exactly.
who's an African American. Like ask somebody there, like who's an African American or who's an African diaspora. Like most of them don't know. It's like, we are all Africans, man. What
exactly.
are you saying?
Yeah.
You see, so I feel like your channel is very important.
That I think is what is important for us to. That is the information that we need for the rest of Africa to be able to appreciate.
Exactly.
Because I don't think the average Ugandan appreciates who the African American is in terms of them being, we are brotherhood.
Exactly.
And I don't think that averagely people understand that if you actually take a survey, you'll be surprised about the findings. They'll tell you, oh, they're foreigners. They're like a white man.
I think I will do that.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that video idea. I'll work on it. Just ask the average Africans, like who is an African American? Are they Africans or foreigners? Because I think I saw it on one girl's channel. She was born in the UK, but she's Ghanaian.
Exactly.
And she asked the Ghanaian, like, am I Ghanaian? She said, no, you're a foreigner. A foreigner, yeah.
Absolutely.
The only way is Ghana. The lady is called the only way is Ghana. And like, I want to, before I let it go, since you understand both sides, I want you to address this for me. Is there anything you're going to tell Africans? First of all, address Africans, and we address African Americans, and we finish the video for
today. Okay, I think for us to be able to bridge these gaps, we have to address the perceptions, the expectations, and the misconceptions. And how do we do that? It's still by people sharing information. I will emphasize this even more, especially on issues related to the expectations and the perceptions, because Africans expect African Americans to be just like any other foreigner, and then I don't want to lie on people, but not everybody's going to do this, but a lot of us have an expectation that every foreigner is rich. Every foreigner is
every white person
is rich.
Exactly.
So we have to deconstruct ourselves and see ourselves in the same perspective. If I am the average person, let's look at each other as the average person, unless the person does not appreciate you seeing them as the average person. So that's level one. Awareness is key, and also sensitization is key, because if I know about the African Charter for Culture Integration, which currently right now has just been released by the African Union, and they're emphasizing all policies in countries to emphasize the need for them to accept back African diasporans. The African Union has taken steps to actually emphasize this, and that is a very beautiful thing. Many countries are now domesticating these policies, and they're making them available for everybody to be aware. And I think that's where the issues of awareness, sensitization should now come in very strongly, because these people are actually going to come back here, and then their knowledge, their cultures and everything else may also support the development of our countries in the interim. And
you're right.
Yeah, fine. Then for African Americans, I think, or I want to say African diasporans. I don't want to say it directly. Because I think we need to study. Be informed.
Exactly.
Be informed, and the expectations tend to be a little lower, and then others tend to come with a little high. So just come with the average expectations, and sometimes also kill the perceptions. I think it all comes down to that, and we'll be good in integrating.
Africa is the place, and Africa is the future.
Absolutely.
So I feel like if you are disconnected with Africa right now, try to connect. You can connect just like the way Michael is connecting to that way. This is how it is, and it's your boy Mr. Ghana, baby. And all I want to tell you is that Africa is waiting for you in 2019. Is there anything you want to tell them before we go? Your last message for everybody.
My last message to everybody is that subscribe to our channel, follow us on the Black Culture Bridge. We're right here, and let's build these cultures. And everybody has a role to play. So if we're playing this little role, play your part, share information, and be open to learn.
Aya Maya.
Aya Maya.
Peace out.